Welcome to Clear Grit. Here we explain why your mind does what it does and how to make it work for you. Let me hit you with something uncomfortable. You don't procrastinate because you're lazy. You procrastinate because to your brain, that task feels dangerous. Not lion in the room dangerous. More like, if I mess this up, I'll feel stupid, rejected, exposed, dangerous. So you scroll, clean your room, watch productivity videos. You feel guilty, but also weirdly safe. Today, I'm going to show you what your brain is really doing when you procrastinate. Why you're not lazy. If you were lazy, you wouldn't. Spend hours on your phone. Watch 3 hours of YouTube game all night. Overthink every decision. You're not low energy. You're misdirected energy. Your brain is doing tons of work, just not on the thing that matters. Why? Because your brain has one main job: avoid pain. And a lot of tasks are secretly wired to emotional pain. If I start this assignment, I might find out I'm not smart enough. If I work on this business idea and it fails, I'll feel like a joke. If I send this email, they might ignore me. So your brain chooses a safer option. Do it later. Later. No risk, no failure, no embarrassment. For now, at least. The 3 hidden fears behind procrastination. Most procrastination comes from one or more of these. Fear of failure. If I really try and fail, I'll have no excuse. So you don't try fully, and you keep your excuse. Fear of not being perfect. If I can't do it perfectly, what's the point? So you wait for the perfect mood, the perfect plan, the perfect time, which never comes. Feeling overwhelmed. The task is so big and vague, your brain can't see a clear start. So it hits shutdown and says, let's just check the phone for a second. You don't skip the task because you're dumb. You skip it because your brain is trying to protect your ego. How to trick your brain into starting. You don't need to become a grind 24/7 robot. You just need to make your brain feel safe enough to start. Here's how. 1. The 5-minute rule. Tell your brain, we're not doing the whole thing. We're just doing 5 minutes. Work on the task for 5 minutes only. Open the document. Write the first ugly paragraph. Sketch the idea. Read the first page. Your brain can tolerate 5 minutes. What usually happens? Once you start, the fear drops and momentum takes over. Starting is the hard part. 5 minutes is the bridge. 2. Make the task physically smaller. Your brain hates vague instructions like, finish the project, fix my life, work on my goals. Turn them into tiny, clear steps. Open laptop and title the document. Write 3 bullet points. Send 1 email. You're building a staircase instead of staring at a wall. 3. Remove 1 friction and 1 temptation. Make starting easier and escaping harder. Put your phone in another room for 25 minutes. Close extra tabs. Lay out everything you need before you begin. You're not weak for needing this. Even smart people don't win against constant notifications and endless apps. You're building an environment where your default is to work, not to escape. 4. Change the story. You tell yourself, listen to your inner script for a day. If it sounds like, I'm lazy, I never finish anything, I'm just not disciplined, your brain believes that, and it acts to match it. Replace it with something more honest. I avoid things that scare me emotionally. I can do hard things in small pieces. I'm learning how to start, not how to be perfect. You're not hypnotizing yourself. You're correcting the story so your actions have a chance to change. The real win. Beating procrastination isn't about suddenly becoming a super productive machine. It's about proving to yourself over and over that you can. Start when you don't feel ready. Do small, boring steps. Survive imperfect work. That's what builds real confidence. You're not lazy. You're scared, overwhelmed, and human. But with the right habits, You can train your brain to move anyway. If this called you out but also gave you a way forward, stay with clear grit.